to another Anthwood Movie Mania, and we are live because we are doing an impromptu live stream today because the news broke the other day that Buffy the Vampire Slayer is getting a full revival slash reboot slash continuation, and it hit all the headlines. Apologies, I have a bit of a cold, so my voice isn't that great. But yeah, Buffy the Vampire Slayer, the news broke that it was getting a full revival, and it hit all the headlines, but I was very skeptical about it because we've heard things in the past that it's getting done. So I wasn't gonna jump the gun and get too excited, but I was waiting for Sarah Michelle Gellar, who starred as Buffy, to make a comment, to make this official. Soon as I knew she'd make a statement, then I knew this would be official. And long and behold, last night she came out with an official statement. So this is what we're going to be doing in this live video. I wasn't planning on doing it today, but as I said, she made the statement last night. So we are going to talk about it. And because if you all guys follow my channel, then you do know that I am a massive Buffy fan. I am in the middle of making loads of Buffy content, getting ready to be released over the next couple of weeks. But as soon as I seen this news, I put that aside for now, and I thought I'd get this out there, get my thoughts on it, and like let you all know and everything like that. So in this video, we are going to read. Well, I'm going to read the full statement that Sarah Michelle Gellar has put on Instagram, and we're going to do a full breakdown of it. And then I'm going to give you my thoughts on it, on where the series could potentially go, and things like that. So, without wasting any more time, I'm going to get straight into it, because I'm getting excited. But I'm still skeptical, but we'll get into that, Right, so, the statement starts with, so you might have heard some news this week, but I realise you haven't heard from me, because obviously all the headlines broke the news and she hasn't commented, so that's why she put this big statement out. 3 years ago, I got a call from my dear friend and mentor, Gail Berman. She told me that she wanted to sit down with Chloe Zhao. Is that how you pronounce the name, Zhao? To hear her take on a potential Buffy revival. I was blown away that Chloe even knew who I was, but as I've always done, I told Gail that I just didn't see a way for the show to exist again. We'd always been aligned on that, but this time I heard something different in her voice. I eventually agreed to go, mainly just to meet Chloe, and our 20-minute coffee turned into a four-hour adventure. We laughed, we cried, but mostly we both talked about how much the show means to us. While I didn't agree to anything at that meeting, I did shock myself by agreeing to continue the conversation. These conversations did, in fact, continue over the next few years. And eventually we added the incredible Nora and Lila Zuckerman to our little tribe until ultimately one day we landed on an idea. I have always listened to the fans and heard your desire to revisit Buffy and her world, but it was not something I could do unless I was sure we could get it right. This has been a long process and it's not over yet. I promise you we will only make this show if we know we can do it right, and I will tell you that we are on the right path. I feel so lucky to be on this journey with these four incredible, unbelievable, talented women, all who love Buffy as much as I do, and as much as you do. Thank you to all the fans who have never stopped asking for this. This will be for you. So that is the full statement from Sarah Michelle Gellar. Now I'm going to give you my thoughts on it. I'm not going to make this a long live stream. I'm only going to make this like about 10 minutes if I can. Just so, you know. But my thoughts on it, I love Buffy, and I'm sure a lot of everyone loves, all the Buffy fans, they've wanted something. Because obviously it finished 23 year ago now. No, 22 year ago. Finished in 2003. Like, over 20 years. Right, so we're going to go through this statement and we're going to break down some of the things and then I will give you my thoughts on it. So, so obviously this interview with Gail Berman and Chloe Zaho, who wanted to talk about the Buffy revival, this happened 3 years ago, so they've kept that on the hush-hush. So this isn't like something that's just being presented now. So this is clearly something that's they've been in process of working over the last couple of years. When Chloe wanted to give her interpretation of a continuation on Buffy, clearly it struck a chord with Sarah Michelle Gellar, because she's always said that she'd never reprise Buffy because how nicely fitted the story ended, that Buffy got a perfect ending. You know, all the Slayers, you know, Willow, she passed on to all the potential Slayers down the line, that it went into all of them, so Buffy could lead a normal life, sort of. But yeah, she eventually agreed to meet her, and obviously it struck a chord because she says a 20-minute coffee meeting turned into a 4-hour conversation. So obviously something there is clicked that she's obviously agreed with. So obviously they've been talking about the show, so obviously I'm saying obviously a lot. I've just realised. But yeah, they've talked. It says we cried, we laughed. The show obviously means, obviously again, I can't help saying obviously. The show means so much to Sarah Michelle Gellar because how much she loved to be on that show. And the fact that the fans have been wanting something for 20 years, obviously she's listened and she's always like said, if we can do something right, we'll do it. But she says she didn't agree to anything at that meeting at the point, but this was 3 years ago, so obviously they've been in multiple conversations, like it says here, over the next few years. And then we added the incredible Nora and Lily Zuckerman. So obviously they're adding more people, so there must be something worth looking at in this idea, because if they wouldn't go, oh yeah, we'll just sack it off. No, she's saying, I like this idea. There's something tangible with it that we can add more people to get going on this thing. So I've always listened to the fans and I've always heard your desire to revisit Buffy in our world. There's not something I could do unless we wanted to get it right. So I feel so lucky to be on this journey for 4 unbelievable talented women. So obviously the idea is there. Oh, I feel like feels like a Nick Fury line. There was an idea to getting a team together. I don't know where that came from, but yeah. Obviously again, I can't stop saying it. Don't know what's up with me this morning. So there is an idea there that Sarah Michelle Gellar and Chloe Zaho, they've obviously got something right, but I'm excited. That's all. I've read the statement and I'm excited. Now what we've gone through, pretty much broke it down, saying that it was 3 years ago. They've had multiple conversations. They've brought other people in, so clearly there's something there that's going to make something work. That they have a potential storyline to make this Buffy universe go forward. But I'm going to give, now what we've broken it all down, I'm going to give you my thoughts. Obviously, it's very early days because they're still working out the kinks. So when the news broke, oh my God, there's going to be a Buffy revival, everyone thinks like they're close to directing a pilot, that it's going to be out within the next couple of months. And that, I don't see that happening at all. Because it says there they've been talking about it for a couple of years now. And clearly they've got an idea in place, but it still sounds like they haven't got everything in place. So they still need to work on how they can move from Buffy into this new story. So clearly they haven't got all the kinks out yet. So that's a little bit of a concern, because everyone's thinking, oh, it's going to be out in the next couple of months, but it's clearly not, because apart from Sarah Michelle Gellar, they haven't got no cast. They haven't got no one in line to play any major part in it yet. So that needs to be announced. I think we're looking at maybe another year, a year and a half, 2 years tops, for them to really like get the details right, get the cast. We don't even know who, like I said there, we don't know who the cast is going to be. Obviously, it might be a new line of Slayers, or it might be just focused on one potential Slayer. Like when she's just got her powers, like she's going through the motions of finding her way against battling demons and everything. But is Sarah Michelle Gellar going to be a main part in this new series, or is she just going to be in the pilot episode where Buffy comes in, she tries to train one of the Slayers, or the Slayers getting attacked and she steps in? There are a lot of things running through my head right now. So yeah, like we don't know how long, because we got with season 1 of Buffy, you got 12 episodes is season 1, but then after that, every season was 22. Now the way things are going with like streaming services now, you get like 8 to 10 episodes, and they're normally like an hour and a half long, and I don't like that, because Buffy was always 40 minutes long. It got enough time to get the research on the demon, do the story, like things happen, and then she defeated the guy at the end, which was the thing that always made, in the quips, in the retro feel, that always made the show work. Now, I don't want it to be too woke. I don't want it to be too nostalgia, because obviously if they need to move forward with it, they can't have loads of callbacks. With Sunnydale gone, there's another thing with Sunnydale like being buried under it there, obviously with the helm off, being all of Sunnydale got destroyed at the end of season 7. Where would the new place be? Like what town, what city? You don't know, because obviously with Sunnydale not there anymore, it could be anywhere in the world, which will be interesting. A new setting outside of Sunnydale, which will be good. The cast. Have I mentioned the cast? Yeah, we don't know who's going to be in it. Obviously, with Sarah Michelle Gellar returning, might she be only in the pilot episode, like giving direction to the new Slayer, and then that'll be it. That'll be her part done. Then we'll just be focusing on a new Slayer. And there's another thing. Will the show even be called Buffy the Vampire Slayer? Because with it being a new Slayer, Buffy might be only in it for one episode. So why would you want to call it Buffy the Vampire Slayer if she's in it for one episode? Because then the rest of the season won't make sense. Unless Buffy's in it all the way through that season, it will not make any sense to have her name attached to that title. So will it be the name of the new Slayer that they're focusing on? Or it could be might not be the Vampire, like the name of the Vampire Slayer. It might be, you could call it like Chosen, or just the Vampire, or Vampire Slayer, or just Slayer. You know, it could be, there could be multiple different names for a show, like for that show. Because if you try to attach the name Buffy the Vampire Slayer and she's only in it for one episode, it's gonna be, I don't think it'll work. But then again, with returning cast, you could have Andrew as a trainee watcher. Like he turned up in Angel for one episode, like where he was training the potential recruiting Slayers. You could have Giles back in it. Could have Xander. Anyone could make a cameo, but I don't want it to be where like every episode you've got a different cameo, because then it'll just retract from the story they're trying to move on. Yeah, what else? I had a couple of more, because I'm doing this off the cuffs of my head, because I only seen the announcement last night. Yeah, so we've done characters, Buffy coming back, new place, not Sunnydale anymore. Could Spike come back? We don't know, because obviously Spike or Angel could come back. So obviously, with the end of Angel, left on a cliffhanger, so they might have defeated Wolfram and Hart, so they might turn up potentially, but they'd have to de-age him because they're looking pretty old. Like Spike's looking pretty old now for the ages. With obviously vampires de-age, like never age. It'd be a bit tricky. Angel, on the other hand, he just looks the same. He never changed. But yeah, I just thought I'd do a quick impromptu live Buffy reaction, like talk about her statement, my quick thoughts on it. At the middle, I'm rewatching season 1. I have loads of Buffy content coming out over the next couple of weeks. That's why I've just put that on hold to make this quick little live video. But yeah, I still have a lot of concerns over it. Obviously, it's not going to be made because they're still in the early idea of doing the Buffy revival. So I'm expecting it not to be out for another year and a half, 2 years tops. Because they haven't got no cast. They've only got Sarah Michelle Gellar attached to it. They're still messing around with the idea. So I just don't want everyone to get too excited thinking, oh, when's it coming out, when's it coming out? But yeah, it has got me excited because a lot of people and myself have wanted something new with the Buffy franchise, even though I love Buffy from season 1 to 7. And you all know season 1 is my favourite if you do watch this channel. But that's it. I'm going to wrap this up. I'll just give you my quick thoughts. I'll give you the full statement, my thoughts on like where the season could go, what it could be like. Obviously, there'll be a new bad guy, like a new season villain. So that'll be interesting to look forward to as well. But yeah, that is it. I'm going to end the stream now. So if you like it, please leave your comments below and expect loads of more Buffy content to come out over the next couple of weeks because I have a load of videos coming up just related to Buffy. So it was a good announcement to get out. And as always, I'm Anthony with Movie Mania. Please leave your likes and comments. Please subscribe. Be sure to stick around for more Buffy content. And I will see you in the next one. See you later.